Hey, welcome back guys to the Musings of Maverick channel. I'm your host Maverick, and today we are watching the first episode of the second season of BEASTARS. So, for those of you guys who have already went through my season 1 videos and stuff, welcome back. For any of you new guys here, feel free to check out the season 1 playlist as well, or of course, just watch along and follow along with this season right here. I welcome you all. If you are more interested in a sort of reaction style that is slightly more focused on the review portion. In fact, I have what I call a musing section at the end of every video where I talk a little bit more about the series as a whole, or the specific episode, and the various concepts and philosophies that are within. And that's especially important for a series like BEASTARS, which really takes advantage of that, right? I still remember back in season 1, originally I was not going to watch this, right? Because, I'm not exactly a furry lover, anthropomorphic characters, it's not exactly my thing, right? However, the funny thing about this is that not only did this series turn out to be way better than I expected, not only in terms of its production, all the fundamental stuff, the music, the visuals, the background music, the sounds, and etc., the use of lighting, but also it had a very compelling story, very compelling characters, and indeed, I love these sort of intricacies between the various different factions and philosophies that it represents, right? And in this particular instance, BEASTARS has an absolutely fantastic reason why it is anthropomorphic, in that, it's not just a case of being sort of like a thing for furries, right? But it's actually utilized within the story itself. The sort of conflict between herbivores and carnivores is entirely central to the story, so it's integral. You actually can't make the story without actually using these sort of humanified animals, right? So, absolutely fantastic job, and I love that they aren't actually going overboard with either side. Like, honestly, even though I know that there's a lot of people who are more on the herbivore side and side of things and whatnot, wanting Legosi to pursue a pacifist role, get together with Haru, and etc., I actually, I'm actually all for the carnivores as well. I don't think they should get a bad rap just because they were born carnivores, alright? So, in my series, I tend to focus a bit more on the sort of, what I can say, some sort of inequality or specific sort of favoritism towards one side or the other, but we'll talk more about that within the episodes, I believe, because it's obviously going to be a central theme throughout. So, with that in mind, let's just get into the episode right now. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, starting with the opening right here. Actually I heard this before. It's from Yaosobi, right? They got super big last year in Japan all of a sudden. That, Running Through the Night Envy. They actually appeared on Kohaku, at the end of 2020, which was about, like, a week or 2 weeks ago. I know I probably shouldn't talk over the actual lyrics and whatnot, but don't worry, I'll go back and listen to their lyrics after all. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It does indeed fit this series well. And then the sort of Marvel kind of cascading titles. Chariton School. Oh, by the way, I'm using the fan subs from Post-Apocalyptic Subs, so go check them out if you want to have an English sub of this, because the official version doesn't release until, I believe, July? Question mark? Sorry for that. I'm near. Oh, that's a long title. Ooh. Getting into the drama already? And are you gonna get attacked? You know, there were a lot of unexplained mysteries at the end of the first season. Right? Like, why did Legosi, all of a sudden go berserk back in the first episode? Who's going around and killing the students? And also, where is Lewis, right? Yeah. The hell? Yeah, that doesn't seem like an animal at all. And the next day already? Oh, okay. They got directly into the part. Who is it? Haru? Yep, definitely Haru. Hanako-kun? Or Hanako-san? Yeah, this one. Like, what compelled Legoshi to do something like that at that time? Yeah, you're gonna make things worse, Legoshi. Although, definitely, I feel like, yeah, this is definitely something that I do hope can be sorted out. 強くなりたい。Yeah, is it Louis or Lewis? I almost can't remember again. I think it's Louis. Yeah, it should be Louis. And what was the lady wolf called again? I also kind of forgot. Yeah, they made a bet. Alright. Alright, I guess technically it should be called a dare. I mean, kids will be kids. Are they going to get... Oh. Seriously, and you got... What was that though? It looked like a cube of some sort. Really? You're not exactly supposed to earn money from being a school club, dude. Or at least turn a profit anyways, I mean. Oh. So I guess they're... It's because Legoshi is a wolf, so he has a better sense of hearing. Wait, what? Louis? After all this time, it's like, yo. Man, I love Louis. As calm and composed as ever. Oh, 2 months. Holy shit. Yeah, how is he so calm? But you gotta put up appearances. I am Louis after all. This is the first place he goes to after all this time. Oh. Duh?
こんなにも安っぽい光を浴びて、俺は舞台に立っていたのか。
What happened to you, Legosi? I mean, not Legosi, Louis. Did you...
明暗が見事に逆転したな、レゴシ。せいぜい薄明かりの中でもがけよ。
Oh, so he's gonna go into the darkness now? I'm Batman now. Or Deer Man. Or Buckman. Alright, I should probably stop with that. Louis.
ひとまず無事でよかったけど。明暗が逆転したな、レゴシ。どういう意味だ？ほら、行くぞ。
Oh yeah, the environmental sping. Oh yeah, Juno. That's what she's called. Trying to become. Oh, she's... I mean, yeah, like, come on, Legoshi, just... like, oh my god, Legoshi... Now it seems like you're asking her out again. Oh, Legoshi. Oh, or some joint council. Already? Okay. Louis Juno Bolts. Yeah, with.
気候を通路代わりにしていたモルモットかっこ1年がみんなが怖がるのでいたずらをするようにな
Oh, that's it?
そう1年に騙されたこの写真ボスが仕掛けたカメラで撮ったの
Oh.
してシャッターを
Dang.
その写真が僕のスマホに送られてくるの
The powers of technology.
何これゴキブリかなんかカメラ
Oh, wait. I guess they're. Wait. I think things aren't that simple. Is it? 周りがどう変わっても道を踏み外さない自信はあるジュノさんが学園のトップに君臨したとして俺は What does that have to do with you? That's not.
薄明かりの中でもがけよもしや俺の強く生きるって結局今まで通り地味に生きるって意味なんじゃ
No.
10
I mean, technically, if you believe what you're doing is right and you manage to be unswayed by all others, I'd say that's pretty strong itself. Yeah, that was definitely way too early. There's still something happening.
みんなの前で言うなよいやいるよ何も聞こえない何かいるよこの部屋怖い怖い怖いでも本当に聞こえるんだシャーって視線も感じるほらジャック親友だろ耳鳴りの原因の大半はストレスや寝不足らしいよ洗濯物取りに行くついでに工具借りてくるよ直さなくちゃね
Look at all. Uh, what is happening here, though? Yeah, and why is it specifically messing with Legosi?
ここのところずっと何ですかこのままじゃ俺が変なやつだと思われちゃいますよまさか本当に目が6個あるお化けさんじゃないでしょ
Oh, it's that red again.
どうやら姿を見せなくてはならぬ時が来たようですね
Wait, that voice? That... Alright, never mind. The ending? Wait, isn't this... Alright. Oh yeah, some flashbacks back from first season. I mean, sure, let's watch it. Oh, I absolutely love the stage plays that they did. Like the lighting and all that. Excellent. Now, it's nice to take a look at that just to, sort of refresh the memories and all that. Punch him! Oh. Oh yeah. Right, okay, and then right back to this song. Okay, nice. I love it. The lyrics, the narration, the monologue. Nice. Dun 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 dun. Alright, see you guys after this. And there we go, first episode back for the season, and it's pretty much as we expected, right? People haven't really changed that much. Legosi is still Legosi, Haru is still Haru, Juno is still Juno, although definitely on the up and rising, and Louis is, well, definitely still Louis, right? In fact, my favorite part of this episode has got to be Louis just casually strolling in and being like, "See ya later, bitches," and then just going off. Oh man, that was pretty funny to me. What exactly happened to him? We don't really know, right? But apparently he has found a further calling in his life. From what his dialogue is saying, I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that he's decided to take matters into his own hand. He's a little bit annoyed by how things are, how there are some, keeping the peace on the surface, but then underneath it, there's still a lot of, unsavory stuff going on, right? And so Louis, I think, has decided, well, he has enough of being the good boy, of being the guy in the spotlight, trying to become the BEASTARS, promoting this sort of, pursuing this sort of pacifist route to promote harmony between the races and so on and so forth. He's decided to go through things from a more radical approach, I would say. So, most probably becoming a vigilante or something of that sort, but we'll see in the future, right? Now, beyond that, I think the bigger focus will probably be on Legosi. He is the main character after all, and as continuing on from season 1, he's still having a lot of introspectives for himself, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I am quite curious what exactly he is going to come to conclusion to. Now, let me get this, right off, right? For those who have already watched my season 1 videos, you probably know that I'm not entirely, supportive of Legosi's, his sort of philosophy and whatnot, really putting down himself just because he was born a wolf and so on and so forth. But, so I do hope that he can eventually walk out of it. And if the ending of this is to, or, the theme song, as well as Legosi's own, his own words, which I believe he said back at the end of season 1 as well, he's going to turn this into his own strength, right? Turn it for the sake of love. Use his strength as a carnivore to protect Haru, protect his beloved, Haru, right? So, and that is definitely something that probably is going to be the case for Legosi, and we will continue to see him grow in that way. Although, even beyond all that, right, I will have to say, as much as I don't agree with, how Legosi particularly was, how he had this sort of self-loathing, and this sort of, how can I put this? A sort of, self-deprecating, a sort of, existential crisis. I can't really think of the correct word right now, but basically, his hatred of himself all the way back in season 1, right? He's definitely getting better now that he has found meaning in life with love and etc. etc. But even if I don't agree with these kinds of values, these kinds of thoughts, or so on and so forth, I do respect the fact that he is choosing to stick to whatever he believes in, right? So I think the scene where he was cleaning the toilets, I think that was, you guys saw what I said at that point. So being able to keep your own values, keep your own way, believe in what you believe in, regardless of the changes around you, that takes some strength as well. In some ways, you could say that is stubborn. Definitely, there can be arguments that say, hey, you should actually adapt and react to things happening around you. You should update your own beliefs, update your values with more and more information coming in. Maybe perhaps you were wrong in the past, etc., etc., etc. So there is still an argument to be made for saying that maybe you shouldn't be so stubborn and maybe slightly alter, change, or enhance your own beliefs and values over time, right? Because, like, come on, in terms of real world stuff, he is basically like what, 16, 17, something of that. He's just a teenager, right? And values can be shaped, beliefs can be shaped. The older that you get, the more that you learn about this world, the more that you actually change as well, right? Your values aren't exactly just a set thing. I don't think there's really that many people who can say that, hey, I've had the same values and beliefs that I have since I was like 13 or 14 or something of that sort, and then keep it all the way up into your 20s, into your 30s, 40s, 50s, etc., right? But with that being said, without getting too deep into that kind of mess, there is something to be said for someone being able to keep his determination and his beliefs across time, regardless of what's happening around him, right? So for that, I do applaud Legosi, at least trying to make that kind of effort. Now, why would Juno becoming the Beastar have an impact on Legosi, though? I can't really figure that one out, because I certainly don't. I think Juno is certainly an opportunistic and an ambitious girl, right? But at the same time, I do feel that her beliefs and her values are in the right place. She simply believes that carnivores shouldn't be this meek around and cautious around around other herbivores and whatnot. They can live together peacefully and in harmony, but there's no need to have this sort of friction amongst them, with one side always living in fear of the other side, and the other side also, not really being able to interact with the other side, because they always have to be cautious and careful, and so on and so forth, and always bear this brunt of self-shame just because they are a carnivore, and etc., right? I do believe that people of both sides should be able to hold their heads up high and walk straight, right? So I do actually think what Juno is doing here is a right thing. How that actually comes into conflict with Legosi, however, that's something we'll have to see in the future. So, beyond all that, obviously the big thing at the end of this episode is that cliffhanger, right? What exactly is that thing? Is that related all the way back to episode 1 of season 1, where, that red mist and whatnot sort of enraged or let out the beast within Legosi and caused him to attack Haru, right? Is it related? Is it not? I seem to recall back in season 1 there actually were a few scenes as well where we saw some mysterious figure on campus trying to do something, right? But nothing really came out of that because we were focusing on other stuff at that time. We had the entire love triangle, and then love square, and then that entire thing, the entire rescue of Haru, and so on and so forth. But it seems that we are now going back to that main storyline, and what caused all this in the first place. Or it could be something else entirely, right? That's also a possibility. We'll know when the next episode comes in. And so there we go. That's it for this episode of BEASTARS. Definitely a solid return, and of course, love the music as well. Wildside is great, right? I still think that the opening from season 1, and all the endings as well, right? There were numerous endings back in season 1. They were all great. The music is fantastic. But, if all the following songs are of this quality, then I think we do have something to look forward to in the future as well. I certainly hope that it's not only going to be, this song, right? It was written in kanji. I'm not sure if it's bakemono or it's pronounced something else, but kaibutsu? No, I think bakemono would probably be a bit more appropriate. But in any case, that's not really that important. I do hope that there are other songs as well, because hey, we need some variety, right? Okay, and that's it for now. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Once again, I won't. So I know these episodes release around, what was it, like Wednesday or something like that, but because I am using the post-apocalyptic subs, so I will be waiting until they release their subs before I do my videos. So, do sit tight and wait for that. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.